Bone-chilling temperatures couldn't stop thousands of people from flooding the streets of downtown Minneapolis today. In brutal sub-zero weather, protesters gathered in massive numbers, sending a clear and unmistakable message to the Trump administration. Resistance is growing, fast. What began as a nationwide economic blackout turned into one of the largest protest movements of early 2026. Organizers urged people not to work, not to attend school, and not to spend money, framing the action as a day of truth and freedom. The protest was sparked by outrage over a surge in ICE activity in Minneapolis and the killing of Renee Good. Despite an incoming winter storm, demonstrators marched to the Target Center, chanting "Ice out" again and again. The turnout was enormous, with rallies reported across the country. But Minneapolis stood at the center of it all. Many protesters openly called for stronger action, including a prolonged general strike. One organizer explained that this one-day shutdown is just the beginning, a way to build infrastructure, raise awareness, and unify labor unions nationwide. Some unions are already aligning contracts to expire in May 2028 with the goal of launching an official general strike. The demands go far beyond wages. Protesters are calling for the abolishment of ICE, arguing that nearly $1 trillion has been spent on immigration enforcement over the past 2 decades. Money, they say, should instead fund universal health care, public transit, high-speed rail, education, and basic income. Teachers, healthcare workers, and community advocates were out in force, highlighting years of underfunded public services. This movement isn't driven by activists alone. Labor unions, religious leaders, community organizations, and hundreds of businesses shut down in solidarity. In one striking moment, over 100 clergy members were arrested during a protest calling on airlines to stop cooperating with deportation flights. A powerful image that's gone viral nationwide. Even law enforcement leaders are speaking out. Several police chiefs in Minnesota publicly condemned recent ICE actions, citing civil rights violations and racial profiling. Officers report U.S. citizens, particularly people of color, being stopped without cause and forced to prove their legal status. Some off-duty officers say they were subjected to the same treatment. One police chief described recent ICE operations as Bush League policing, criticizing agents for leaving vehicles unsecured and mishandling arrests in ways that endanger both civilians and local police departments. He emphasized that while immigration enforcement is necessary, how it's carried out matters, and recent actions have crossed serious lines. And the backlash doesn't stop at U.S. borders. Across the Atlantic, outrage is boiling in the United Kingdom after President Trump claimed British and NATO troops stayed back from the front lines in Afghanistan. The comments sparked fierce condemnation from British leaders and veterans who called them disgraceful and deeply disrespectful. More than 450 UK soldiers were killed in Afghanistan, fighting alongside American forces. For many in Britain, Trump's remarks were seen as a slap in the face to families who paid the ultimate price. Anger has surged among America's closest allies, further straining already fragile relationships. Instead of calming tensions, the Trump administration's response has only fueled the fire. Protests are growing, alliances are fraying, and criticism is mounting, even from traditionally conservative media outlets. One thing is clear: people are angry, organized, and no longer willing to stay silent. From frozen streets in Minneapolis to Parliament halls in London, resistance is spreading, and it's happening fast. Thanks for watching. For more updates, be sure to follow the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.